corner, introducing to you El Orgullo de Santa Ana, California, Alexis Rocha.
In the fighter meeting yesterday, Alexis Rocha said, no doubt I will win this fight. Coming up.
It is officially time to get into zone! Introducing to you first tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the colors of Colombia, yellow, blue, and red, standing with trainer Michael Reyes. He officially weighed in 146.4 pounds. This evening, the South American warrior steps into the ring with an outstanding record. 24 bouts, 23 victories, 15 wins coming to you by way of knockout, and only one defeat. Hailing from Barranquilla, Colombia, here is Jeovanis Barraza. And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing with trainer Hector Lopez and Robert Villasenor. This evening, wearing black with green trim, he officially weighed in at 146.2 pounds. With 18 professional contests, this OC native brings his outstanding record to the ring. 17 victories, 11 wins coming to you by way of knockout and only one defeat. Introducing to you the former three-time defending WBC Continental America's champion, the fighting pride of Santa Ana, California. Here is Alexis Rocha.
Productor, aquí está bien, nothing below this. This is good right here, right? You guys want to touch gloves? Do it now.
Alexis Rocha will have this crowd behind him, wearing the black. Jeovanis Barraza in the Colombian colors. Barraza says, this opportunity is a dream come true. I will not let it pass me by. And who did he pick as his sparring partner, Chris Mannix? Rashidi Ellis.
Smart man. Learn a little bit something. The guy that beat Alexis Rocha. And one thing to remember, Alexis Rocha, of course, fought Rashidi Ellis, but it was just 2 weeks ago that Barraza was in the ring. He fought and won an 8-rounder in Massachusetts 2 weeks ago. That was around 154 pounds. This fight down at 147.
He fought 2 weeks ago against another southpaw. So yeah, that actually makes me feel more confident about the weak resume. Because when I look at his resume, that's a red flag. And the fact that his only loss was to a fighter making a pro debut, that's a huge red flag.
All right, but the fighter making his pro debut was Gabriel Maestro, who is one of the most decorated amateurs in Venezuelan boxing history, who was fighting for a secondary world title in just his 4th pro fight. So that's not just any amateur or for his pro debut he lost to. Good fight.
There's a right hand for Barraza. Gets Rocha off balance a little bit. 15 KOs into 23 wins for Barraza. He's got some pop. But Rocha's vowed not to overlook this opponent, is taking him very seriously. Wants to make a statement here on this big fight card in Southern California.
Yeah, Barraza fights real calm too. You know, he picks his hands up, picks shots apart, and he likes to pick opponents apart with nice straight shots.
And speaking of pro debuts, we haven't mentioned this yet, Sergio, but you made your pro debut in this building.
Yes, I did, but it was called by another name, the Arrowhead Pond. A lifetime ago, Todd. I like the upper body movement by Barraza right now. not giving Rocha a chance to shoot that jab, get that distance down, and break that distance between them.
Rocha, a 6-time national champion. In his amateur career, one of the most heralded prospects Golden Boys signed in the past few years. 24 years old. Said he started boxing at the age of 13 to lose weight. Nowadays, you can't tell a 13-year-old they need to lose weight. Send you to Child Protective Services.
Rocha spent some time in Wildcard Gym a few months back sparring with Manny Pacquiao. Said he went about 70 rounds with Manny Pacquiao as Pacquiao was preparing for that Yordenis Ugas fight. The one thing he said he learned from it was Pacquiao's foot movement, the ability to go in and out and stay in range when you're throwing your punches. So we'll see if that translates to Rocha's game tonight.
And it was interesting, Pacquiao lost that fight, as we all know, to Ugas, and he said it was because his footwork just wasn't there, Chris. His legs were gone.
Now, Rocha's definitely a strong fighter. And from that southpaw stance, they come from a different angle, so they hurt more.
You know, Todd, Rocha is lucky to be here in some ways. Rocha is the brother of Ronnie Rios, who is scheduled to face MJ Akhmadaliev next week for the super bantamweight title. Rios tested positive for COVID-19. These two were sharing a house together during training camp preparing for this fight. Rocha told me that as soon as his brother tested positive, he cleared out of the house, checked into the hotel, and thankfully, he tested negative for COVID.
That's a shame because Ronnie Rios has had a nice resurgence to his career, and you know, I would love to have seen him in that title shot with MJ Akhmadaliev.
Yeah, that would have been a fun fight.
Still could happen down the line. Round 2 scheduled for 10. Hector Lopez, the trainer of Rocha, he's the one that talks the trash in that duo. Rocha said, I expect a tough fight. I'm not looking for the KO. If it comes, blah, 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 blah. Hector Lopez said, no, this does not go the distance. He has no business going the full 10 rounds with us.
That
one coming good. And now he's looking downstairs as this crowd starts to heat up a little bit.
And this is what I saw when I saw tapes of Barraza. He keeps his elbows out like that, and he puts that defense, that earmuff defense up there. It's going to give Rocha, who's an excellent body puncher, a chance to dig down in that rib cage.
I did find it curious that not only did he fight 2 weeks ago, which is unusual to see a guy come back at this level 2 weeks later, went 8 rounds, and then dropped weight, went from 154 to 147. He said there was no issue, but that seems, Sergio, like a significant amount of weight to drop in one fight.
It does, but you know, he doesn't look wagering. He's really muscular. He's big for this weight division, Barraza is.
Well, he's taking a lot of punishment against the ropes. Just trying to touch those elbows together and eat the punches.
And Rocha doing the right thing right now. You can see the front foot. Both of them are fighting for position. Rocha keeps putting it on the outside of Barraza's feet. See right there, they're just battling for foot position.
Rocha suffered his first career loss back in October 2020. That unanimous decision loss to Rashidi Ellis. But in February that year, Rocha's last fight in this venue was against Brad Solomon. An impressive win against him, a unanimous decision where he dropped Solomon in the 10th and final round.
Both fighters digging down to the body, but right now Rocha, I think, being a little bit more effective, not forgetting the head either.
Good left hook there for Barraza.
Good shot right there by Barraza coming over the top.
Oh, boy, he's making it pay too. Some big shots from Rocha.
6-time national champion. You can see the technique and the skill there. The 2-punch to the body, set it up. The right hand over the top really hurt.
Round 3 scheduled for 10. Barraza began his career with 10 knockout wins in his first 12 fights. He's only had 5 KOs in his 12 bouts since then. Ooh, that kind of grazed the temple.
This is the resume of Barraza. When he fights at 147, his power is significantly more or better than it is at 154. I'm seeing a little more aggressiveness out of Barraza coming out this round.
19 of the 33 landed punches for Rocha in round 2 were to the body.
Well, let's see Rocha get an angle on Barraza. Barraza already knows where the punches are coming from, and he's absorbing them nicely. But if Rocha could get an angle on that and catch Barraza on the edge of the elbow, it'll be a different look. See, like those shots right there, Barraza's just blocking them. But if Rocha could actually step around and get that angle and get that rib cage, it'll be a different feeling.
Split the ball perfectly, and that may have hurt Barraza.
Right to the body, lifts the leg of Barraza off the canvas.
That foot fighting continues. The front foot of the southpaw versus the front foot of the orthodox fight.
Get off his feet. Go chest.
Shook Barraza.
Yeah. Well, he tried to shake it off.
He tried to shake it off, but that shook him. I want to see Rocha double up on shots now, whether it's a double on the left uppercut or double on the downstairs punch right there. But double up on the shots.
You see Todd Rocha letting his hands go a lot in this fight. That's the thing he said he learned the most from the Rashidi Ellis loss. He said he went in there and he thought he was too reserved, didn't let his hands go in that fight. Not a problem so far in this one.
The uppercut has been a fantastic punch to go to for Rocha.
Rocha has great foundation. Even when he misses, you can see that his feet are still planted. That's great balance right there.
Round 4 scheduled for 10. Is this fight looking about how you thought it would, Chris?
No, I expect a little bit more from Barraza. Based on what we've seen with Rocha in the past, I didn't expect him to let his hands go at quite this volume. One thing's interesting, Sergio, you can tell me what I'm looking at here. Barraza's not only trying to get that left foot on the outside, he's almost trying to get it behind Rocha most times.
Yeah, he is. It's kind of like they're, it's a position, a power positioning, but he's lifting his knee up a little bit too high, Barraza is, and it seems like he's uncomfortable with the southpaw stance, but you can see that Rocha's totally comfortable in there, unleashing power shots from every single angle. I mean, it's left, right, upstairs and downstairs.
Barraza fighting back with an uppercut of his own. 40 of the 71 punches landed for Rocha through the first 3 rounds were to the body. And if he can get those hands to come down, Sergio, we know what happens next.
And Rocha's really mindful on defense, so that's what I've been watching. So not only is he letting go of his shots, but he's mindful of what's coming back, too.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with what I've seen out of Rocha so far, and it kind of explains why so many veteran fighters were not willing to get in the ring with him. They tried to get Maurice Hooker to take this fight. They tried to get Blair Cobb to take this fight. Had no luck. Had to turn to Barraza to get an opponent for this date.
Yeah, he's a strong puncher, but he's a patient, strong puncher. So add that with the maturity and what he's learning, he's a dangerous fighter in there.
Another uppercut. That one snaps the head back at Barraza again.
And right there, he tried to double it up with that left hook.
Deep breath for the Colombian, who's showing a little more energy this round, at least in fighting back. Minute to go here in the 4th. Rocha said when he lost the O in his record, it was a little bit of a relief. And then he got confidence from that loss. Said, listen, we fight again, I'll beat him, I know I will. He wants a rematch against Rashidi Ellis.
Well, I think it's further evidence, not the belief, that O is relatively meaningless. Rocha has now fought twice since that loss to Rashidi Ellis. Rashidi Ellis has not fought since.
The fight right here in the corner in front of us, and that was a thudding blow.
Good shots came around the guard of Barraza, left and right. See, Barraza's not really trying to win. You know, he's doing enough to stay in the fight, but he's not really trying to win these rounds. So whenever you have a fighter like that looking to survive, you know, if you're Rocha, you just got to keep digging downstairs. Digging down and...
So here we go, round 5 scheduled for 10, a right-hand scoring for Barraza. Chris, how do you have this one scored through 4 full rounds?
Well, I've got a shutout for Alexis Rocha. Pretty easy fight to score so far. He's landing upstairs, he's landing downstairs, he's applying all the pressure in this fight. Very impressive first half for Alexis Rocha.
Sergio, what are you telling Barraza now to get back in this fight?
Well, to not smother his attack and fight at the end of a jab. You know, start doubling, tripling your jabs. Set the tone of the fight. Don't just stay in there with your guard up like this, because that's not winning. That's not even attempting to win. You know, stay on the outside, pick apart, you know, the power puncher in Rocha. See, when you're just backing yourself up against the ropes like that, hoping to land 1 or 2 punches, you know, the active fighter, the power puncher in Rocha is just going to look the better of the two.
Rocha certainly with a lot of composure for being 24 years old.
And that's all that amateur experience that he has. I mean, he comes from a fighting family. He has good people in his corner, but just his fundamentals are solid. And whenever you have a strong foundation, I mean, it's all good from there.
His body shots that Rocha's landing are thudding.
Put back!
Rocha outlanding Barraza at a better than 2-to-1 clip right now. And he's landing the harder punches as well, it seems. Not much positive thoughts or numbers for the Colombian Barraza.
I could see the steam coming out of the punches of Barraza now. Like, he's not punching back as crisper as he once was. See, that's lazy now.
That was a slapping left hook.
It was slapping and lazy. Even in missing, he looked off balance. The fight's being taken out of Jeovanis Barraza.
Oh, he just swung and missed wildly again and ate a left. And the assault from Rocha just won't stop, won't slow down. He doesn't even look like he's broken a sweat hardly, Chris.
He's been impressive.
Another attempt of an angle right there. It was a little bit too obvious, and Barraza didn't fall for it, but I like the fact that Rocha's at least attempting to get an angle now. Because that's what he needs now, because Barraza already absorbed the punches coming from one angle.
On his bike again is Barraza. He'll make it out of the 5th, but how many rounds does he have left in him? How much more punishment to the body can he take?
And Rocha's not even breathing hard.
Sergio, how much longer do you think Barraza can last?
I think he could last because he's not trying to win. So anytime they have a fighter like this, I mean, he'll be content going the distance. That'll be a moral victory for him.
See, I disagree. I think he's trying to win. He's just being overwhelmed by really accurate punches from Alexis Rocha.
I don't think he's trying to win, because I think he's fighting off Rocha. There's a difference.
Look, he's up significantly here. I've got Alexis Rocha up 5 rounds to none at this point. It's pretty clear that's the case. So we're now at the point where Barraza is going to have to score a knockout. But I do think he's trying to throw back. It's just that Rocha's pressure has been extremely effective.
See, there you go. That's what I like by Alexis. See what he's doing right there. He's alternating the power now. He's not letting you know where the power's coming from, which Barraza got accustomed to that. So he's touching upstairs, then banging away with 2 hard shots downstairs. Alternate the power, alternate the speed, and confuse Giovanni Barraza. That's how you get the stoppage.
Rocha was the youngest fighter to ever win a gold medal at the Junior Olympics. He was 14 back in 2012, a 6-time national champion. He's been very good for a long time, and he's only 24.
Yeah, what he's shown so far in this fight is that he is ready for more significant challenges. So maybe it is a Maurice Hooker or somebody along those lines that he can get in his next fight.
I would love to see that fight with Mo Hooker, because Mo Hooker, you know how...
He's not in a boring fight.
No, he's never in a boring fight. He can fight on the inside for being such a tall fighter, but on the outside he has a mean one too as well. Plus they're both southpaws, and southpaws don't like fighting each other.
So southpaws don't like fighting each other, and right-handers don't like fighting southpaws. Got it. This crowd was very energetic earlier tonight. They've lost a little of the wind in their sails right now, waiting for something to get pumped about. They'll certainly rise to their feet after this bout as we turn to our main event, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, Munguia versus Rosado. Nice scoring to end the round here from Rocha.
Freddie Roach in the back, he said Rosado really only rehydrated a couple of pounds after the weigh-in, so that tells me he made weight in the proper way.
That's a great sign.
Straight left there for Rocha. And you got to believe his trainer Hector Lopez is saying, step on the gas. It's time to end this thing.
Well, one thing I'd like to see from Rocha in this round and beyond is to be a little more active in these combinations. Right now he's loading up and he's landing some big shots, but Barraza's shown he can take those big shots. So if you're going to get a stoppage, maybe flurry a little bit, force the referee to step in.
There's a left hand for Barraza.
Too. He's playing those big shots with staying patient and discipline.
Downstairs, and that drops the gloves. Rocha having a great round 7.
As we wind down the final minute, you can see the referee, Ray Corona, taking a long, hard look at Barraza. I'm not sure how many more of these power shots he's going to let him take.
But he is still fighting back.
I think Rocha's a flurry away from Ray Corona stopping this fight.
Downstairs, upstairs, just like they teach you to do it. Man, I will say this, Barraza's got heart.
Heart, great chin.
Much can be said about our two combatants in our main event. No one has more heart than Rosado, and Munguia's got a great beard. So how much more punishment is Barraza and his corner going to allow him to take as he beats?
And effectively warned him that if he doesn't start letting his hands go a little bit more, fighting back is going to stop.
9 minutes left here in our co-main event. It has been all Alexis Rocha, who's fighting out of nearby Santa Ana, California, and the Santa Ana Winds are behind him tonight. Barraza does not want to do it. But right when the referee gets close, Barraza throws a combination. So he wants to stay in this fight, even though he's lost basically every round. Sergio, if you were in Barraza's corner, do you say, hey, look, he's waited a lifetime to be on a stage like this, you let him go out, or do you say, hey, man, I just don't want to see him get beat up?
You let him go out. Barraza, he waited for this big moment. You can see that, he's not trying to win, but he is fighting back. He wants, he wants that moral victory right there. So if he can last the 10 rounds, he didn't win one round in my book. It's a shutout, but still, only 10 rounds with a young, strong fighter like Alexis Rocha, you can take that back home with you in Bottom P and be proud.
Working out like it was. The knees locked back when he takes the backward step.
It's like Rocha doesn't want to step to the extra gear. He's having so much fun pot-shotting and the combinations here. He eases back anytime he has Barraza hurt.
Under a minute to go here in round 8. There's a left hand that sends it back against the ropes. How much more will the referee let him take? Oh, big left hand again! And now he's eating the shots on the inside.
This fight needs to be stopped.
Well, he's throwing back. Boy, Rocha is not even breathing hard.
This is a beatdown. This is a one-sided beatdown, but you gotta hand it to Barraza. He's tough, but I don't see this fight going much longer.
Well, he made it to the end of the round.
Virtually no chance to win. And at this point, a very good chance of taking one punch that really hurts him.
You agree, Sergio? I see what he's saying, but this is a hurt game, and Barraza's doing enough to stay in the fight. He's getting hit with something big, but then he comes back with something like that. So he's doing enough just barely to stay in this fight somewhat.
And that'll do it. It is over, and Alexis Rocha picks up victory number 18.
The center, our referee, Ray Corona, steps in and puts a halt to this contest. The official time comes to you, 33 seconds, round number 9. Declaring your winner by KO victory, the fighting pride of Santa Ana, California, Alexis Rocha.